Irrational fears is something we all have. Everyone, I guess. A phobia, if you will. A lot of people have normal phobias. You know, fear of spiders, things like that. Fear of heights. I have strange phobias. For example, I have a phobia of eating chicken off the bone. I also have a phobia of wearing flip-flops to the movie theater because I'm afraid the gum will stick to my flip-flop and I will walk out of it. But I do have one fear that's very much the norm. Cockroaches. And in Guyana, there are plenty of cockroaches. I remember my first encounter with a cockroach. I was sorting laundry. And then, out of nowhere, this huge cockroach comes out. And these cockroaches are different. Because somehow, these cockroaches can fly. You know that book, Metamorphosis? Where a kid wakes up, he's not exactly what he is, he's some sort of insect. This cockroach was so big, I'm pretty certain it must have been woken up. Whoever woke up as this cockroach, before he was a cockroach, he must have been Chuck Norris. And that's when the hunt began. I still have no idea what happened. I like to think he flew out a window. But that night I slept kind of like this. Cockroaches. Why'd it have to be cockroaches? But the next one, I wouldn't let him get away so easily. Cockroach encounter I had was a day I thought it was okay to put on a pair of socks. I put on my left sock, and slowly I put on my right sock, noticing that something was inside of my right sock. Naturally, I take it off, and I feel around, and something drops out and runs underneath the bed. So I look. There's a cockroach. And I slayed it. Right then and there. To date, I've slain 14 cockroaches. That's 14 too many. You ever seen a cockroach's eyes, Chief? I don't think I ever told you this story about when I first got to my apartment. It was kind of like this as he was showing me around. Yeah, so, here's the kitchen. I think I saw a cockroach. A mutant flying cockroach, mind you. Before he he was a cockroach, he must have been Jack Bauer. He must have been the Incredible Hulk. He must have been Kevin Butler. He must have been the entire BP oil spill. He must have been Wheezy Waiter. He must have been Duke Nukem. He must have been Betty White. He must have been William Shatner. He could have been Indiana Jones. He could have been Pat Sajak. He could have been Edward James Olmos. He could have been the Excalibur. He could have been Tom Selleck's mustache. He could have been a black hole. He could have been dark matter. He could have been Dakota Fanning. He could have been Angelina Jolie's lips. He could have been Donald Trump's hair. He could have been the Loch Ness Monster. He could have been Simon and Garfunkel. He could have been Jean Grey with the Phoenix. He could have been Darth Vader.